Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing an empties video. I'm actually kind of overdue for this empties video. I was like, what? I was thinking about when was the last time I did one, and I went back and looked and it's been a while now. But yeah, my bin's not that full. I feel like I've slowed down on using up products. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've been focusing on projects more, or maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm switching my products up too much. I'm not sure, but I don't have as much in here even though it's been a while. So anyway, if you guys have never seen an empties video, basically we are just going through all of the products that I have used up completely, and I'm giving you a bunch of mini reviews. So if you enjoy watching this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell, and let's get started. All right, so as always, I like to start with skincare. I don't know why, I just do. So that's what we're gonna do. So the first thing that I have used up is this little bath bomb set, and I have talked about this on my channel before. I actually get this from Amazon. I'll have it linked down below along with everything else. This is from a brand called Life Around 2 Angels. Last time I said it was Life Around Zangels because the 2 is like right next to angels and it looks like a Z, so it's not. It is around 2 angels, but anyway, they are fresh handmade bath bombs, and you get, how many came in here? I want to say it was like 12, I believe, but it just comes in this box and they're really nicely packaged. They smell amazing. This box still smells really, really good from the bath bombs. I like these for a couple reasons. I used to always buy the ones from Lush, but the problem with the ones from Lush for me, first of all, they're kind of far away for me to get to. It's not at my local mall, so I have to drive pretty far to find them. But also they're so big, the Lush ones, that I feel like I'm wasting so much product. It's just like too much for one bath, if you know what I mean. And I don't like breaking them and using part one night and part another night. I feel like it's too messy and too much of an inconvenience. I'd rather if they just came smaller, which the ones from Life Around 2 Angels are much smaller. They're about half the size, but I prefer that. I think it's the perfect size for a bath, especially if you have a smaller tub like I do now. But yeah, anyway, I really like that. They smell really good and they're a lot more affordable. The Lush ones are so expensive, and the Lush ones leave a huge mess in my tub. Like, there's so much debris left behind after using the Lush ones, depending on which bath bomb it is, but there's always like glitter or something chunky in those ones, and I don't have that problem with the ones from Life Around 2 Angels. So I definitely recommend those. If you've never tried them, just give them a try because they're really affordable and they're really good. All right, next I have this little body butter. This is from Sol de Janeiro. If you guys follow my project pans, you may see a few things from my most recent project that I finished up, which was my You Picked the Products project pan. This was one of the items that was in there. I was able to finish it during that project, which was awesome. So this particular body butter, it's very similar, like texture-wise, to the Boom Boom cream from Sol de Janeiro, but the scent, I don't like the scent as much. It's almost kind of like a soapy scent, so for me, I'm not a big fan of this. I'd prefer the Boom Boom cream, and then it doesn't give your legs the really beautiful, not shine, but like the beautiful glow that the Boom Boom cream gives. I was expecting this to do the same thing and it didn't, and because I don't like the scent as much, I would not repurchase this one. I'll just stick with the Boom Boom cream. All right, next up, I have a few sheet masks, so let's go through these guys. I have this one from Patchology. This is the Smart Mud Detox. I actually received this one from Patchology to test out for review purposes. I think it's really nice. This is one of my favorite like mud sheet masks that I've tried because it goes on really nice and easily. If you've never tried a mud sheet mask, the mud is actually attached to almost like a netting kind of thing, and then you apply it to your face. The reason I like this one is because it's really easy to get it away from the paper. Some of the mud ones kind of stick and then they fold on themselves and it's hard to get it on right, but this one is really easy to get it peeled apart and placed on the face, and then it stays where you put it. So I really enjoy these. Anytime I start to feel like my skin is breaking out or really oily or something like that, then I'll reach for something like this one, and I really enjoyed it. Next up, this one is from Octoly as well. I received this one in PR as well. This is fairly new to me. It's the first one I've tried. They sent a whole set of them, but this is their Hydro Cool Firming Eye Gel. So it's one of the under eye you know, like little shield looking sheet masks. This one I liked a lot, and I was surprised because the number 7, you guys know, is my favorite eye mask, but I really enjoyed this. Now, this is the first one I've used, so I want to try a few more before I form a good opinion on it. But what I liked about this sheet mask, if you ever tried the Sephora one that they discontinued that looked like goggles that went over like your whole eye area, but you had to have your eyes closed because it literally went over your whole eye, it feels like that. Like it's really, really thick, and it has that like felt kind of feeling on the side that faces outward, and then it has the gelatin feeling underneath. So when you place them on, they do not move, they stay right where you put them, and you can leave them on, you know, as long as you want, really. I kept mine on for probably about 20-25 minutes, and then when I removed them, my under eye felt so much more hydrated and plump, so I was really happy with my first experience with this, but I need to try some more and I'll get back to you guys. All right, and then I have another sheet mask that I've used before. This is from Glam Glow. This is the bubble sheet mask. I think this one feels cool. I like the feeling of this one, and I've had other bubble masks that like almost like irritate my skin because the bubbling feeling gets so tickly that it's like irritating and you have to remove it. This one doesn't do that, but it almost like foams up, if that makes sense. So it leaves like a foam all over your face. It's pretty cool. It's a very unique mask. I really enjoy it. It's a little expensive, so I don't know if I'm gonna buy another one. Probably not until I get through some of the other masks I have in my collection, because I have a huge collection right now, so I don't think I'll repurchase this right away, but I do really enjoy that mask. And then the last sheet mask I have in here is from Dr. Jart. This is another one you guys have seen me talk about before. It's the Pore Minimalist Black Charcoal Sheet Mask. This one, again, is really great when you have clogged pores, blackheads in particular, or your pores are just clogged or enlarged. This is a good one for that. It has charcoal, which is really good for drawing those impurities out of your clogged pores. So I really enjoy this one as well. I've gone through many of these, and this is one I would repurchase for sure. Oh, next up, I finally finished this off. So this is from Dr. Brandt. This is the Needles No More Instant Wrinkle Smoothing Cream. This was in a project like a long time ago, and I didn't finish it during that project, and I continued to use it. It's surprising how long this lasts, you guys. Well, part of it is because it's almost like a spot treatment. So when I use this, I use it very sparingly because it's very expensive, just in the areas where I have like deep wrinkles. So like my smile lines, some larger lines I have on my forehead, stuff like that. So I'm very careful and sparing with how I apply this, but I really do like it. I think it's a great product. It lasted me such a long time, but I did finally use it up, so I'm proud of myself that I actually got it used up. All right, next, another product that came out of my recent project pan. This is from Tatcha. This is the water cream. This was a 100-point perk, and honestly, you guys, there was like 2, maybe 3 uses in this because I apply it to my face and neck, so I didn't use it enough times to have an actual opinion on it. It's super cute little packaging. It's something I would like to try a full size of, but again, I have so much product right now, I really should not be buying more, so I will be having to hold off on this one, but I did enjoy it. All right, and then next I have another point perk. This one was the Algenist Complete Eye Renewal Balm. This is one that you guys have heard me talk about many times in Empties videos. This is my favorite eye cream. So if you're wondering what I use, this is my go-to eye cream. Sometimes I'll take breaks from it and use other things that I've gotten, whether it's like in PR or from gratis or picked up, you know, on a sale or on a whim. But this is always the one I go back to. I like using it in the mornings in particular. I'll usually use something else at night and then use this in the mornings because it does a great job plumping underneath the eye and really removing any fine lines and wrinkles, or, you know, plumping them before you apply your makeup, and it works well under makeup. So that's why I love it so much. So definitely recommend that. I already have another full size, which I am using right now. And then I also have this here from Believe. This is the Hungarian Water Essence. It was just a little like deluxe sample size that I received, and again, these deluxe sample sizes, sometimes they're so small it's hard to know if you like them unless you've tried them before. So I don't really have a good opinion on this. The one thing I can tell you is it's very quick absorbing and lightweight. So if that texture is something you prefer with a moisturizer, you would probably enjoy this one. It absorbs really quick. It almost feels like a gel kind of feeling, like that super fast absorption. So yeah. All right, I might have had a few more empties than I thought I had in here. I think this big box was blocking a few things. Next up, I have a mask that I was able to finish, and not a sheet mask though. That was really exciting. Anytime I get through a full-size mask like this, that's an exciting thing because they take a long time. This one is from Dr. Jart. This is the Transfoam Clay Pink one. So this comes in a 3-piece set with the, there's the gray one and the green one, and then the pink one. So this is the last one I finished from the first set I bought, but I've already repurchased the set. So I do have more that I'm still using because I love them. These are really good. It's a fantastic price. I want to say it's like $36 to $38 for all 3 masks, and each mask is 1.7 fluid ounces. So that's a deal. It's such a great deal. I don't know why it's so affordable for Dr. Jart. That's like super affordable. Clay is really good for removing impurities from the skin, but these ones are more hydrating. So a lot of times with clay masks, they can be really drying on the skin, but I don't find that at all from these. I think they're really good. Highly recommend them. You can use them as like a spot treatment where you have a blemish, or you can use them all over, and I think they're fantastic. So definitely recommend that. The last skincare product I have is from Fresh. This is the Sugar Lip Treatment, again from that project. These are so easy for me to finish up, you guys. Like, I almost don't buy them because they go so fast. So I kind of buy other things that don't take as long to go through. But when I have these, I go through them like water because they're so creamy that you apply a lot when you apply it. I think they're nice. They go a little too quick for me. That was it for skincare. Let's move on to a couple hair care products that I have. I'm going to talk about these together because they're both from Monat. As you guys know, I'm sure you've heard me talk about it before. I did do a full review on Monat. I signed up for the VIB when I signed up to try it because it was cheaper. So I ended up getting a ton of product that I had to kind of use up because I spent a lot of money on it. So I do have a few more products that are kind of trickling down the line, but I'm not buying it anymore. I'm just trying to use up what I did purchase. So I have another one of the Renew shampoo. I think this is the last one. I believe this was the last one that I had of this. Again, I'm not going to repurchase these. I think that they're overhyped. I don't think that they do what they claim they do. At first I noticed some differences with my hair, but as time went along, I found that my hair started to go back to looking dry and brittle, and it was not doing what it claimed to do, even with regular use and not using other products in my hair. So I just don't think it's worth the money. I think they're overhyped, and at least for my experience, they did not work for me the way that they claim. And then the other thing that I bought was the Rejuvenique. This is dang expensive. I want to say it was like $80 to $90 for this little container. You do get 1 fluid ounce. That's not a lot of oil for that price. I didn't like this. I did end up using it all the way up because I do have a very sensitive, troublesome scalp. I have scalp psoriasis, so I do have to do oil treatments on my scalp at least once a month, more like every 2 weeks. So I was using this because I spent a lot of money and I wanted to get my money's worth on it. But I really think that there are much better oils for a much cheaper price point. I recommend coconut oil. That works great for me. When I talked to my dermatologist recently about my psoriasis, she said that coconut oil or olive oil are great options for those scalp treatments. And I just don't think you need to spend your money on something like this. I think it's a waste of money. It really didn't give me really any results, and it's such a small amount, so I don't recommend that at all. All right, and then before we get on to the makeup, I have a couple miscellaneous items. I do have one of my Scentbird fragrances that I went through. Again, this was in that project pan. This is the Gucci Bamboo. I was able to finish that off, which is good. I like being able to finish off perfume because I actually do have a pretty large collection, so it's exciting when you can get something like that out. And the other thing I finished up was a deodorant. This is the Schmidt's Coconut Pineapple Deodorant. This is my new favorite scent. I really enjoy this one. And actually there's another one that's lime that I've been enjoying as well. It's really good for the summertime. It just smells like fresh and beachy, so I do recommend that. I feel like I'm losing my voice because I've been talking so much. Okay, and then last but not least, let's talk about all this makeup. So I do have a couple different mascaras here to talk about, actually 4 to be exact. I have a mini size of the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. This is one I've gone through many times, full sizes of. I think this is probably one of my absolute favorite mascaras. I think it's really good for volume. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge. I like it. I definitely recommend it. That's one I would buy a full size of for sure. Next I have the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior. This came to me in PR, and I couldn't get on board with this mascara. A lot of people really liked it, but for me it just didn't give me enough volume. It gave me some length and it coated. It gave me a little volume, but just wasn't enough. I felt like my lashes looked really wimpy with this, so I would not repurchase that one. Next I have the Buxom Big Shot mascara, or Big Tease, sorry, Big Tease mascara. This was okay. I thought this was pretty good. It was like a middle of the road mascara for me, so I would not repurchase it because I have other ones I like better, but I definitely didn't mind using it, and I used it all the way up. And the last one is from Stila. This is the Huge Mascara. I really wanted to like this. I feel like this is very similar to the Better Than Sex mascara, but it gets even clumpier on me to the point where it looked like I had like 3 giant chunky lashes. It would literally stick all my lashes together. So I'd have to go in with a clean spoolie to try to separate and clean it up, and it just became too difficult to work with. So this is not even gone, but I'm gonna have to toss it because I just couldn't use it. It was too chunky for me, and I normally don't mind clumpy lashes. Oftentimes I have clumpy lashes. If it's gonna make them look more voluminous, I'll go for it, but when it gets too much clump and you look like you have no lashes, that's when it's a problem. All right, and the last 2 items I have are liners. So I have another Physicians Formula Eye Booster. This is one you guys see pretty regularly in Empties because it is my favorite liquid liner. I have noticed recently though, with the last like probably 3 that I've purchased, that I feel like I'm going through it faster than I used to go through it. So I have recently decided to purchase the Kat Von D tattoo liner instead of this one because I felt like I was just going through these too quick. So I'm kind of switching it up to see if, I don't know, maybe they changed the formula or something, I'm not sure. But I do still really like it. I think it's a good one. I just feel like I'm going through it kind of quickly. And the very last item I have is the Tarte Test eyeliner. So this is, I think this is a really good clay liner. The problem is I just don't use clay liners too often. So I did end up having to throw this out before I used it up. It expired on me. It only has a 6-month shelf life, which is a really short shelf life for this much product, and I owned it probably about 9 months. So it did end up going bad and it started to irritate my eyes, but I think it's a good clay liner. If you're using clay liner every single day, I would recommend this because you probably would be able to use it up before it expires, but I kind of reach for it here and there and not frequent enough to want to repurchase this. All right, you guys, my voice is super hoarse now, so I'm gonna go make myself some tea, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions or any comments, leave them down below, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.